Hark! Today, April 23rd, we celebrate National Talk Like Shakespeare Day, a delightful occasion to honor the Bard of Avon by embracing his eloquent language and timeless wit. Established in 2009 by the Chicago Shakespeare Theater and officially recognized by Illinois Governor Pat Quinn in 2011, this day coincides with both the birth and death of William Shakespeare, making it a fitting tribute to his enduring legacy. To partake in the festivities, one can speaketh the bard's tongue. Yeah, you replace you with thou or thee, and your with thy or thine, and you can add eth to verbs for that authentic touch. Say runneth instead of runs, and share Shakespearean insults. You can delight in the bard's creative barbs, call someone a canker blossom, or a mewling, ill-nurtured knave for fun. This is the podcast of positivity. Do it only for fun. Let us revel in the richness of Shakespeare's contributions to the English language and theater, as he once penned, all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. Embrace your role today with gusto and good cheer. Well, Jeannie Rice embraces life with gusto, good cheer, and great fitness. She isn't just running marathons, she is running circles around Father Time. At the age of 77, she just finished the Boston Marathon and shattered more than a few assumptions along the way. Scientists took a look at her vitals and, surprise, her biological fitness age is closer to 25. That's not a typo. She's basically a walking science experiment that says aging doesn't have to mean slowing down, just maybe stretching a little more. Well, if you want to upgrade your life without chasing promotions or counting macros, yeah, you could stretch a little more, but you should also be a better friend. According to therapists, it's not about grand gestures or knowing the exact right meme to send. It's about consistency, curiosity, and actually listening when someone says they're fine, but you know they're not. Good friendships boost mental health, lower stress, and can even extend your life. So validate their wins, respect their boundaries, and maybe stop texting them exclusively when you're sad or need help moving a couch. Friendship is a skill. Practice it, and both your hearts get stronger. While the fight against cancer is getting stronger and smaller, researchers in Houston have developed a tiny implant that acts like a cytokine factory. That's cytokine for those not fluent in biotech buzzwords. This device releases a powerful protein called IL-12 right next to tumors, supercharging the body's immune response by summoning an elite squad of tumor-hunting T cells. Now, in trials, it has shown promise against some of the deadliest cancers, melanoma, pancreatic, colorectal, and it has passed early safety tests in mice and monkeys. The science is real, the hope is high, and the tumors, well, they're on notice. Turning to sports, the number one seed in the NBA playoffs and the defending Stanley Cup champs began defense of their NHL crown on Tuesday night. On the hardwood, the Grizzlies showed up for Game 2 with more fight, but Oklahoma City showed up with the same outcome. The Thunder never trailed in a 118-99 win, taking a 2-0 series lead that feels more like a done deal than a developing story. Jaren Jackson Jr. sparked a few hopeful runs in the third, but the Thunder, who have now beaten Memphis by double digits 6 times this season, never let it get too interesting. Meanwhile, the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, well, they looked less like they were shaking off rust and more like they were shaking up Tampa. Matthew Tkachuk returned from a 2-month injury layoff like he had just popped out of a cryo chamber, scoring twice in the second period as Florida thumped the Lightning 6-2 in Game 1. If anyone was wondering whether the Cats still have that championship bite, consider this your furry little reminder. In music news, Kendrick Lamar just turned the American Music Awards into his own victory lap, leading all nominees with 10, including Artist of the Year, Album of the Year for GNX, and Song of the Year for the Drake diss track Not Like Us. He's got 3 of the 5 hip hop song noms, which means Kendrick might just beat Kendrick. Post Malone follows with 8 nominations, while Billie Eilish, Chappell Roan, and Shabuzi each grabbed 7. Taylor Swift's back to expand her record 40 AMA wins, and Beyonce, Shakira, and even Linkin Park are in the mix. The AMAs hit Vegas for the first time this Memorial Day, with Jennifer Lopez hosting and performing. Well, Lamar headlined this year's Super Bowl in New Orleans. Hometown hero Lil Wayne thought the gig should have been his. As a consolation prize, for the first time, Lil Wayne will headline New York's Madison Square Garden. The concert takes place Friday, June 6th, the same day that his new album, The Carter 6, will be released. It is the follow-up to 2020's Funeral and the first installment in Lil Wayne's The Carter series since 2018's The Carter 5. Well, here's a scream-worthy statistic. Ryan Coogler's Sinners just became the first horror film ever to score an A Cinema score. That's a post-show poll that usually leaves horror flicks ghosted with B's and C's. Turns out when the guy behind Black Panther tackles Southern Gothic terror with Michael B. Jordan playing twins, audiences don't just clutch the armrest, they applaud. Finally, when bald people wash their faces, how high up do they go? Today's motivation comes from America's original sweetheart, Shirley Temple Black, who was born on this day in 1928. Long before influencers and algorithms, she gave us this timeless advice. Be brave and clear. Follow your heart and don't be overly influenced by outside factors. Be true to yourself. Hey, that's not just a mantra for child stars. It's a compass for anyone trying to stay upright in a wobbly world. Thank you for listening to the Maurologue. Stay strong, stay kind, hold the door open, don't tailgate in traffic, and keep fighting the good fight.